Hooker failed a fitness test this morning on his injured groin and is replaced by that loyal and faithful stand-in Nick Killick. Otherwise, it's the side originally chosen with Chris Madderson, who came into the side for the semi-final against Wasps, given the task of marking Rory Underwood on the wing. And at the other end of the scale, Peter Winterbottom, indestructible on Harlequins' flank, will be making his last appearance in this country. He intends to retire after the tour to New Zealand. Mind you, Rory Underwood announced his retirement at the end of last season, but he's back and a major figure in Leicester's plans. But it's the Leicester pack which has been getting the headlines recently. They have a young and combative front five, and in the back row of John Wells, Neil Back and the mighty Dean Richards, they could perhaps have a winning combination. Your commentators for this Pilkington Cup final, Paul Ackford and Nigel Starmer-Smith.
And perhaps the grandest finale for Harlequins captain, third time leading them to a cup final, Peter Winterbottom, who plays his final club game in those familiar multicoloured Harlequin jerseys. Wide open spaces there, Kent Bray covers, deep in the Quins 22, and happy just to dive it out of play. So early pressure coming from the Leicester Tigers, and here will a young pack in Leicester colours that has impressed increasingly with the season.
I think the key to the game here, Nigel, is the half-back situation. Jez Harris has started very well. None of the players are used to the big occasion. If they can master that, then the side will do well.
Jez Harris, local from Market Harborough, who's certainly done well as he's come through to the limelight. Martin Johnson, first catch. Jez Harris now ducks inside Winterbottom, but is snaffled by the Quins cover. Harlequin 22, Neil Back ripping it off, down impressively, forcefully by Winterbottom, but it's Cardooni again. Harris, clever kick, Bray just coming up from his own line, recovers it well. From Tony Spreadbury, Leicester closing the gap, and Quins have the relief of the clearance kick. So it's young Paul Challoner who's come through the ranks of junior. Good tackle coming in from Jeff Alexander. Carling chasing hard, it's dropping on the line. Liley and Carling together. The follow-up was by Langhorne. Almost there, Quins try and drive in. Almost panic on the line. Challoner wide, Russell going, still going, trying to pirouette through the tackle. Camped on the Leicester line. It's there for Glenister, goes himself, must score. Is he held up? He gets it down. He reached, and repeats what he achieved in 1991 in the cup final with a try against Northampton. And now he's done it again after that rapid build-up of pressure, the superb hoisted kick, and then the availability of the ball to give Quins the lead.
Wonderful try from the high kick. Glenister does the hard work there, but the forwards kept the ball alive tremendously well for that.
Cauldron, extra special. A 7-point lead, 10.5 minutes played.
It's a tremendous start for Harlequins. It'll also test out the young.
Set up by Bates. Leicester come again, lots of men, spread eagle to the right, it's back, keeping it close, knocked on by Roundtree. Promising interplay there by Leicester, good support.
This is more like it from Leicester. They try and keep the ball available. Inside here to Neil Back. And he's got such good hands that he's always looking for support. Shouldn't have passed to a prop, perhaps.
The middle, still holding on, everyone looking to Underwood, but Liley just kept going. Now it's Harris, now it's back the link. Chance on here with Stuart Potter. Potter cuts inside. Wonderful try by Stuart Potter to bring Leicester straight back. Magnificent running, first by Liley, and then classically by Stuart Potter.
It's a wonderful try by Stuart Potter. John Liley had carved up through the middle of the field. That man back again. And Potter, what a great dummy. Looks to his outside and then steps in and beats, what, 4 or 5 men. Tremendous try.
Crowd says it all. Elated Leicester supporters and a real tiger. Haymaker to Richards. Obstruction though as the players ran across the face of the man with the ball. Harlequins chance points with his previous conversion in the cup this season. He moves on to 54 and a lead 10-7, 24 minutes into this first half. What a game this is developing into. Leicester. Problems on the fringe. Free kick with the dummy pass, which of course is not allowed as of this season. So it's a free kick, and is Liley just going to plant it in the corner? He's going to plant one up high. Scramble in the 22, anyone's ball. Langhorne goes in with Richard Cockrell. Knock on both ways. Leicester first. What about it? Went himself. Inside Tony Underwood, nailed. It's all about who gets it. It's there, well set back for Cardooni to Harris. Mismove straight through to Potter. Back in the middle, back still. Defence sound. Challoner came in with that challenge. It's there again though in front of the post. Harris, drop goal surely. That'll do. Third drop goal in the cup to add to the spectacular one he slotted in the semi-final against Northampton, and Harris levels it again after 29 minutes.
That man Neil back again. He's having a major influence on this game already. This is where the ball gets slowed up a wee bit, otherwise Leicester would probably have moved it again. And now the only option for Harris is to take a pot at goal. The quality of the rugby is impressive so far this half. Sides haven't got games.
Through now to Bates. Rory Underwood challenges, across comes Thompson. Still anyone's, 15 metres infield. Leicester have it. There should be an overlap here. They're working it through Pates. Back, it's all slowed down. The cover in from Killick, so too from Leonard. But a chance again, another drop goal. He's going himself, Jez Harris. Short of support though, she's been with power. And surely a chance lost. Quins to the rescue. Alexander away, good clearance. With Leicester offside, Neil back. Is the player penalised? He'd got on the wrong side, and it could cost Leicester dear just before the change of ends.
That's the man Russell is trying to involve in the breakdowns, and that time the Leicester pack just kept on to the ball that wee bit too long to give away the penalty.
Well, he may be limping, but he's still fit enough to take the penalty attempt for Challoner. 26 penalty goals for Harlequins, and 27 in his career, takes them 13-10 ahead with the half-time whistle blown. Well, it's as wide open really as it was when we started. Wonderful rugby, flourish of backs and through now to Bates. Defence was there in their multicolours. Offside and hands on. Referee had, in fact, given them adequate warning, but pretty blatantly they've conceded the penalty. Sweetly struck. Great effort. 30-all. 4 minutes played, second half. And so these two clubs.
I think they'll try and get Dino running at the midfield Harlequins here.
He looks poised, certainly looking for a big man. Poole, maybe. Poole the dummy. The drive is by Johnson, straight through. We picked the wrong man, but the power drive was what they set up. And it was a clear run, quite extraordinarily almost, for Martin Johnson. And so, for the first time, Leicester go ahead.
Great deception by Leicester. They had 3 or 4 key runners and no one picked up Johnson, and that too many gaps there for the Harlequins to fill.
And 17 stone at full tilt takes a bit of stopping. Watch how the deception worked here. Well, we'd plumped for the wrong people as well, so too did Quins. And it was Johnson, virtually a clean run through. Nothing anyone could do about it. 20-13. The Tigers supporters rampant. Dooney unsure which way. Clever little chip though, puts pressure on Bray and the Quins line again. Riley anxious to get hands back on the ball. Back to within 5 metres. Good play by Adel Cardooni, the England B player. He's been in doubt with appendix trouble, but looked in cracking form in the semi-final, and here again in the final itself. Leicester's throw, 5 metres out. Johnson, Poole, Richards, Wells, also the key men. Johnson and Richards, and now Wells. Johnson with him, so too Roundtree. Driving on, now Matt Poole, letter E. Richards G, they'll try and roll it to the short side. It's really wrestling of power order. Mullins was the one to let the fist go, and it breaks out as the tension spills over. Yes, the drop goal has gone past the left post. It swung away, it looked on target. The crowd in the north stand were hailing it, the Leicester supporters were, but tantalisingly it drifted away.
Well worth the try here, because at the moment Leicester are 1 score ahead, and that would have taken them to 2. Good decision.
Yeah, next score vital. Either way, pulls Quins into touch, takes Leicester with a reasonable buffer. They're pressurising all the time now. They're still camped in the Quins half, deep. Cardooni, Harris, dummies, through to Lively, the full-back. Rory Underwood, great tackle. Not bad for a man playing his 4th only first-class game, Chris Maddison. Penalty, though, as Quins pile in. Another England tourist to Canada. Quins may have struggled with it back. They'll get the put in anyway, because the ball wasn't out. I mentioned remarkable. Well, Sheesby took it brilliantly. Russell hangs on. Quins now building up a bit of momentum. Glenister couldn't hold it. And it's fly hack through to Leicester again. Charge down, danger here. Underwood upended. And the knock on at the end. Jez Harris, Challoner, and then the follow-up tackles. Back, buried. But a knock on at the beginning. And Harlequins now, do they pull back 3 points? Do they go for the try and conversion? It's Winterbottom's decision, and he knows that 10 minutes can be an eternity in a rugby match, and calls up Challoner. 2 penalties conversion already. This to get within 4 points. Less than 9 to go. Great kick, pressure kick. It looks as though it's going down to the wire. 4 points only the margin. The Pilkington Cup at stake. Side, the tackle surely before the man had the ball. The referee lets it play on. Sheesby drives up 10 metres out. He didn't give the penalty, and I think Winterbottom will be aggrieved as Underwood came in. But Quins still with something left. Advantage will have come from the first knock-on. Good refereeing again by Tony Spreadbury, the England panel referee. He's had an outstanding game here. We're down to 2 minutes and injury time. Getting down to last chances for Harlequins to pull it out of the fire. Carling. Bray trying to flip one round French style, but the man wasn't there. Thompson was back. Leicester pile in and win. Cockrell drives over, back again via Roundtree. Back switches it. Liley has to wait for the bounce. Liley for the corner, but not quite the angle for Rory Underwood to chase. Challoner. Counting down now to the last full minute. Have Leicester done enough? Well, another tight, epic final to match those of the last 2 years, which went to extra time. We're into the last minute. Tony Underwood challenges as Bray opts for the mark, and he'll run it here. Carling trying to extricate himself, but that's going to happen when you're desperate. It doesn't run for you. Leicester happy to play it down here in the Quins 22.
Quins forced to take risks because of the scoreline. But
the blowing in celebration that the club presented him with as a parting gift. Far from that, it looks as though John Wells now knows that he's got this game wrapped up with a penalty chance to seal it. As we move into injury. This for 23-16. No mistake. Consistent runs away, loses it in the tackle. Leicester win it back. And Leicester come again. Matt Poole downed once again, as so often by Winterbottom in those colours. Liley just happy to play it deep into this territory here. The wrong side of the quarter flag. 22 drop out. Referee already glances at the watch. From Challoner, back from Glenister to Challoner again. Carling, but the marking from Leicester so tight, so effective. That added determination with the Pilkington Cup in sight. It's theirs. It's Leicester's Pilkington Cup as the crowd and the players themselves celebrate a great triumph and an epic final. It was 23-16 in the end. Leicester having come back to take the lead for the first time after about 10 minutes of the second half. The tears of joy for John Wells there, a triumph of captaincy, and a team I'm sure that has an outstanding future for itself in League and Cup rugby. Not the perfect finale, the fairy tale end for a great Harlequin and great clubman with Headingley as well, Peter Winterbottom. Captain of Quins, this his final appearance with just the Lions to come. But that man goes on forever, doesn't he? Dean Richards, who was in the final 10 years ago and now sees his club name on the cup for the first time. To Winterbottom, runners-up as last year. The disappointment evident on his face, but he's plenty to have been proud of, and indeed the Harlequin team for making it a superbly contested final. Proudest moment surely for John Wells, captain of Leicester, as he receives the Pilkington Cup, already decked in the Leicester Tigers colours, presented to him by Darnie Serpentine, the president. The moment of triumph. Darnie Serpentine accompanied by Sir Anthony Pilkington, chairman of the sponsors, Pilkington PLC. Special delight for Graham Willers there of Leicester, and in turn that cup hoisted by the players. Graham Rowntree, and what a front row of the future.